Hi, it's me, Vinny, again. This is literally like the third video today that I've recorded. So, like I said, this is mostly going to be a lot of story times. And, a lot of them, well, not a lot of them, a couple of them are story times of my family. And this happens to be one of them. And this is the story of my bitch-face aunt. And I'm allowed to call her that because she doesn't live here anymore, and I don't think she even knows about my channel. So I don't think she'll ever know about my channel because she's in an old folks home now. So I have to look at the story that I wrote. My aunt, I'm not going to give away her name because in case she does find this, I mean, she's going to know who she is, but I mean, I don't want to give away her name because I don't know if she's going to be okay with it. So I'll just call her Aunt Bitchface if I ever have to. I'm so mean. This is a fairly short story time, so I know this is probably going to be a TMI, but at the time, I was on my period. You know what? Water bottle, just go over there. So, like I said, at the time I was on my period, and usually when I'm on my period, I get, like my stomach really hurts, my head really hurts, and I can't have light, I can't move, and I can't, like, have noises, like, really loud noises. And so I had, like, I was sitting in my grandfather's chair and I was watching Netflix for a little bit, and then I didn't have like any Motrin or anything with me. And so I was just gonna wait for my dad to get home so that because he had the Motrin. I was gonna wait for him to get home and then take it when he got here. And so I curled up in my grandfather's chair, and I was literally in like a fetal position. I closed my eyes, and will you quit focusing? And I just like sat there, curled up. And she walked out. I don't even know what for. She like walked out, walked over to me, pushed the chair. It was a recliner, so it rocks a little bit. She pushed the chair with her body, turned the light on to its brightest point, turned the TV on, and turned it all the way up. And then started yelling at me and saying, maybe if you'd effing sleep at night, you wouldn't be so tired. Why would you automatically assume? First of all, I'm like 50% insomniac, so I don't get tired. Second of all, why would you automatically assume that that's what was wrong? And so I explained to her, hey, you know, I'm on my period. My stomach really hurts and I don't have any medicine to take with me because Dad's in freaking Ithaca with my grandfather. And then she walks out, comes back in like 5 minutes later, and goes, well, mine used to be so bad that I'd pass out in the middle of class. She was literally trying to top me and tell me that I'm not allowed to complain about my period problems because she had it worse. Which, yeah, I'm sure most people do have it worse. Mine get so bad that I vomit sometimes. Like, again, another TMI, but like, it has gotten to that point where it was just so bad where I couldn't move, and if I did, I ended up spilling cookies everywhere. Tossing cookies, that's what it is. And so my dad got home. I took the pills. He laid the bed out, and keep in mind, I slept in the living room at this point because this wasn't my room. This was still a sewing room. This still had my grandmother's dolls all over the place. This had a bunch of storage stuff everywhere. So I'm like sleeping downstairs in the living room. My dad set the little cot bed thing back up, which is literally right there because I was sleeping up here with my aunt, or my cousin Bobby, when she was here with my dad and grandpa. So, like I said, sleeping downstairs. He sets up the cot, gives me Motrin, and the bottles that I have, I don't think I have any up here, they're like cherry bubblegum whatever stuff. And you have to take like 6 to 8 of them every 4 hours. And they're adult chewable ones, that's why. And they're like maybe that big, smaller than that. And so, and like after I had gone home to my house, to my mom's house, he lectured her about it. And what was the other one? Oh, the other one is my dad usually plays Disney or used to when I slept downstairs. He usually played Disney for me, like really, really low, so that I had like background noise, and he always and light to be able to see what I was doing if I ever decided to, get up for a drink of water or whatever. And she would come out into the living room from the kitchen, which also has a TV, and turn on freaking Murder, She Wrote, I think is what would always be on at that time. Turn it way up because she's freaking deaf. And then sit there and watch it. And I couldn't sleep for like 5 hours. She wouldn't even watch it. She'd get up and like sit on the computer and play solitaire. Well, that was her background noise. But it wasn't background noise because it was like really, really high and loud. And what was I supposed to do? Sit there and freaking listen to Murder, She Wrote as she played solitaire? Like, if you're going to play solitaire, play solitaire. Leave the TV alone. And then when she was getting ready, like when she went up, she came up here. She didn't come into this room though. She went into the room that is now my dad's room. And that also used to be kind of a storage room. My dad used to sleep there back when he lived here before moving in to my aunt and uncle's house, which I have a story time about that. A short story time, but it's a ghost one. Or ghost one. And so she'd go in there. Keep in mind, I'm exposing her now. She doesn't shower. What else doesn't she do? Hold on. Okay. She doesn't work, like, when she is told, like, she'll get a job, and then, like, she'll get a tiny little sniffle or a pain in her back or a cramp or whatever, and she'll call in sick. She always gets fired from her job because she never shows up. Like I said, never showers. that bed was covered in sweat and body odor for the longest time. They had to wash the sheets like multiple times, I think, according to my dad. I wasn't here for that, but and she doesn't like the family will like go on walks and whatnot. She'll make it to the bottom of the hill, which is literally like 10-20 feet away, and then say, I can't go any further, and walk back. And then blame it on a disability that she really doesn't have. Her disability is laziness. Which, I mean, I have that too, but I still walk a lot more than she does. But yeah, the thing about, like I said, she would like always, like when she went up to bed, she would always turn the TV off, and I'm low-key scared of downstairs, especially being alone downstairs. And it's mostly because the kitchen at night, even though a bunch of lights would be on, like in the living room, and there's always a little like desk light that's on the table in the kitchen, it's freaky down there. It's freaky in the kitchen because like where I slept, you could see partway into the kitchen. You could see like the front door. And for some reason, I was always expecting that door to like, and something to, and like nothing to walk in, and then the door to close again. Luckily, it never actually happened, at least while I was awake. So, I'm pretty happy about that part, because I don't want it to. I don't want it to ever happen. The ghosts here freak me out. But yeah, so that's the story of my Aunt Bitchface. And I will see you guys next time.